Hello Capricorn, Elsie here to do a reading for you. It is a weekly reading, Cappies. How are you doing? I hope you're well. Thank you so much for clicking here. I am going to do a 9-card draw for you this week. I'm going to find out what's going on for you Capricorn, not only sun signs, sun, moon, rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Let's find out what is going on for you. Tell me about Capricorn. What is the most important thing that the Capricorn Collective needs to know? Tell me about Capricorn. Capricorn, I am going to talk to you a little bit later about private readings that are open and about how to find the extended. Let's find out about Capricorn, please. We've got the 8 of Swords. We've got the Knight of Cups. This feels like somebody's confused about how they feel or about how someone feels about them. Or how you feel about something. It could be a person, but let's find out what's going on here. Oh, how do I feel about the fight? The uphill climb. Somebody is very confused about where I stand after the argument or after the fight or after whatever we were fighting. It feels like somebody feels like they have won the fight, but it also feels like it came at a cost. So it feels like, yes, there was an argument or a fight. I mean, we've got this is victory after the fight. And it feels like somebody doesn't know how to feel about the victory because it feels like a hollow victory of some sort because the 8 of Swords is here. Intellectually, I think I had the upper hand, this person thinks here, but I don't feel like I really won. The 6 of Cups is here. You may know this person from way back, and they could be somebody who's connected to you in terms of soulmate energy. That could be a karmic soulmate, that could be a best friend, a person in your family. Could be love. We've got the 5 of Wands. There definitely is a difference of opinion here. It does feel like an internal battle emotionally. There is an emotional internal battle going on here because somebody who I feel thinks that they got the one up really feels that emotionally they did not. On the outside, it looks like they won, but on the inside, they're still fighting emotions and how they feel about the situation here, Capricorn. We've got the Temperance card. I think that they've been trying to heal, but they're fighting the healing. These two cards this one is about coming back from the fight, coming back from the war, but like it feels like a real street fight went on here. That's what it feels like here with this Colosseum here. They used to fight to the death there. At the center of everything is the 5 of Wands, so it feels like a battle. It feels like an emotional battle. It's like somebody feels like they still are feeling very emotional about the battle. Temperance is here and wants to heal everything, but it feels like somebody, again, feels like a hollow victory. Yeah, I'm healing from it, but I still don't feel right about it. It doesn't sit right. We've got the Star energy here. We've got the Hermit energy. And we've got the Queen of Wands. You know what it is? It feels like somebody here runs in their fire energy, Capricorn. They're not usually someone who allows other people to see their feelings. They're someone who feels way too vulnerable to be seen as in their feelings. They're a person who doesn't really discuss things outwardly. They will go inward and they will pull away. They'll pull their energy away. If they're battling something emotional, this person goes into Hermit energy. It's almost like they feel that their feelings were hurt, or that although it looks like externally they won the battle, it feels like the war is still going on inside them emotionally. This person is trying to sort it out. They're going through the things that you said to each other, the things you said to them, the things they said to you, and it feels like this person's trying to get balance after feeling like, yeah, I think I won that argument, but there is the Queen of Wands here, and it feels like somebody who is very resilient. They feel like someone who's very resilient. Maybe I'm talking about you, right? But it feels like there's resilience that goes on here. Somebody's like, I'm sure that I will heal from this, but I still feel badly about it, or I still am battling it in silence. So if there is a recent argument or a fight between you and somebody who you consider to be family, a love, somebody you've known for a long time, you have nostalgic value with this person, it feels like nostalgically they've never really been vulnerable. I feel like they have fought this emotional vulnerability, and I think that's the point of tension, because when this person gets vulnerable, they retreat. And I think you just want to hash it out. You just want to talk about it logically, but somebody here gets really emotional when we try to talk about it logically. I'm going to put 2 cards down here. We're going to see what's going on under the surface. We've got the Devil. Someone here still feels attached to you. Yeah. Attached to you in a way that is, I would say, it feels like it is emotional. It feels like it's not sitting well with them. Whatever went on here, Capricorn, maybe you can tell me, whatever went on here, the other person, even though they may be the person who detached, they may be the person who walked out, walked away, slammed the door, they don't feel like they won. No, they're still fighting an emotional battle underneath. So if you think they've forgotten about it, they haven't. I think that on the surface, they present as someone who's quite in balance, someone who's on point. You know, they're a person who I feel is, there's a lot of stuff going on underneath. There's something here that they can't stop thinking about over and over and over again. It could be words that were said, because to me, this is obsession. And to me, this is, in the head, I can't get out of my head thinking about something that was said or something that was done. Tell me why the Knight of Cups is here. Because the Knight of Cups is here, for some of you, this could be a romantic thing, but it doesn't have to be. Please know that the Knight of Cups is emotion, but it's also fantasy. It's also falling in love with potential. So it almost feels like somebody thought that the other person, I see their potential. Maybe they just don't. Maybe I just need to nurture them into their potential, and that never happened. And so it feels like there was a parting of ways, but it also feels like whoever left doesn't feel like they won, even if you don't see that on the surface yet or not. We do have the Seven of Pentacles. We have the Two of Cups, so this could be romantic, absolutely. If it's not romantic for you, though, this is somebody you have a deep bond with, somebody you've told your emotional secrets to. So this is reciprocal emotional energy. So you've shared really deep emotional moments with them. This could be a longtime friend, because the Seven of Pentacles is here. Someone you've worked with for a long time, 7 years possibly. And then we have the Seven of Cups. So it does feel like someone here is still feeling overwhelmed emotionally. I feel like they cut out, they detached, they walked away. But I don't think that was the end of it. You might be saying, whew, yeah, I didn't need all those emotions. You might be saying that, but this person is still in their emotions. They're still battling themselves in silence here. Tell me what the relationship is between Capricorn and this person. We have the Emperor. This person could be your father, your boss. It feels like somebody walked away detached emotionally, or this is going to get out of order. The Emperor is somebody who is in charge of, or has the influence to be in charge of, right? We do have the Judgment card here. Somebody made a quick judgment here. My emotions, or the long period of time that I've known you, is getting in the way. It could be like a father, right? Or an older sister or brother. It feels like somebody who is a person of influence, owns a really big corporation, does their own, like they're a person who carries a lot. It feels like they could be a public persona. The Judgment card is here, and it says that this keeps coming up between you and this person. Even if it comes up silently, it keeps coming up. We keep fighting about the same thing over and over again. We keep in the same battle for competition. So it could be two grown children who are battling competition for their father's attention. We've got the Lovers here. So I feel like the way in which you're attached to this person feels like the underlying thing is that it is emotional. So it does feel like you've known this person for years, or since you were a child, or you've worked with them for years. But it feels like if it is that, if it's a workplace thing, it feels like you know this person. I'm going to say they got you the job, or they are your boss, or somebody you've known for a long time to run a corporation and now you work for them. It could be the family business. But it feels like there is a judgment, a quick judgment here to make a choice. And I feel like that's what's causing the battle. I think that's what caused the fight to start with. Somebody made a really quick choice to go a different direction. And I feel like somebody here is offended because the other one didn't get the position, didn't get what they felt was owed to them, didn't get any emotional connection. And it feels like somebody here is, I'm going to say, chose to go a different direction, and the other person's really hurt. Tell me what the Temperance is about here. We've got the Hierophant energy. This could be someone that you had a big commitment with. So it could be someone who is, romantic, emotionally connected. That would be a really tough situation, right? If you worked with your spouse, it could be that. If your spouse was the person who owns the business and you are a co-owner or vice president or something like that, it feels like it has something to do with something we built. Sturdy, solid, stable. Somebody here is not very flexible with how they think. I'm going to say that this temperance card here is the hope that things are going to repair or heal themselves. I think they will, because temperance you don't really have a choice about. You only have a choice about how you react or respond. And I feel like this temperance card is, do we have a chance to speak face to face about why you're unwilling to move from this position? Taurus energy. Why you're unwilling to change your mind or see things from my point of view. Six of Pentacles. I just want to talk about things that are practical. Capricorn, it feels like you're the practical one. It feels like you're a person that would just rather keep it in Pentacles, pragmatic, practical. Can we just look at the details, please? Can we just have a conversation back and forth about how we can rebuild this or how we can build this Seven Pentacles? It feels like somebody here is unwilling to hear you and you want them to heal from that. It feels like in a moment of alchemy, another argument could break out at any moment, but I feel like even if you do work in the same place, even if you belong to the same group of people, loving people, family, maybe working in the same corporation or in the family business, it feels like somebody here goes silent, pulls away. They punish you with silence here. But it really is only because they're battling internally about how to not be emotional with you. Because they know that you like to deal in pentacles. We've got the Knight of Swords. We've got the Ace of Pentacles, and we've got the the Chariot here. 7, not 6. So I feel like there is some sort of an investment or an opportunity, a really big opportunity that I think that you were expecting to give or get. It does feel like it has to do with financial discipline. So I'm going to say that it has to do with being a chief financial officer or an accountant or a CGA or, somebody who's taking care of a bunch of money. It feels like in order to get the position that's being offered, it feels like you have to be in financial discipline in order to get the victory. It feels like this Gemini energy, you have to be smart. You have to know how to grow money. You have to know where to plant the seed properly. It feels like somebody here is pulling away their energy. So if this is your situation and you're in this situation where someone hasn't given you the answer about the job you applied for, the new department head position, the promotion, the new position, it feels like they're really going over details. Knight of Swords, they're really going over details about whether somebody here is financially disciplined enough to be able to carry the whole thing while I'm gone. It feels like the Emperor is like looking for somebody who can carry the empire while they have to be away. And I think that you thought you were the shoo-in, or maybe you're the Emperor, but it feels like somebody's trying to make a decision about who is the best fit, and they're arguing with themselves, but they also know that I have a really deep connection or a really deep bond with someone I've been working with forever. And it feels like it's a confusion as to what to do next. Look, we're going to go into the extended, and if you want to be there, that's where we're going to be. If you want to come to the extended, please check on the pinned comment. That's where all the information is regarding private reads, which are open right now, and also about the membership area. Sorry. I don't know why my brain just shut off there. It looks like somebody here is going to have to be brave and wait. I think somebody's going to have to wait and keep their feelings in check, keep their emotions in check, because it feels like somebody is on the outside looking in, maybe peering in, checking over things, looking over details. But it also feels like somebody feels they should have been a shoo-in for the job, the position, the person that the Emperor chooses. The other person feels like, I should be the natural choice. Why are you even debating it? Why is there even competition? I don't understand. So this feels really tense. It feels like somebody here is about to make a bold move. We'll talk about that in the extended. If you're interested in being there, I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. Take care, Capricorn. I'm out. Take care. Bye-bye.